Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. This quote from Jim Ryan applies to every area of your life, including your frugal living. You might be motivated to save money by making changes to your lifestyle, but what would that mean for you on a daily? What habits will you create to get the most out of your frugal living? Number 10. Ignore the Joneses. You can't expect everyone in the world to back up your decision to be frugal. And the moment you decide you don't want to spend money impulsively, you will be tempted and tested at every turn. That's when your neighbor will buy a new car or your best friend will book an extravagant trip and tell you all about it. You can't control what other people do with their money, but you can control your reaction. With social media and mobile gadgets, you will be constantly surrounded by things that are costly but still look nice. You'll come across such posts and ads every day, and every day you'll have to decide to stick to your money plans. Frugal people ignore what the rest are doing and have more confidence in the financial path. If you don't need to upgrade your phone or your house, don't give in to the pressure. You know how much you earn and what you can afford to spend. Life shouldn't be a race to see who can spend the most in the shortest amount of time. Number 9. Entertain themselves at home. After a long day at work, you will definitely want to unwind. For most people, this looks like drinks and eating out, going to the cinema, or finding another event happening nearby that will certainly cost some money. Frugal people have learned how to maximize the things they have at home for fun. They have movies at home and can also make the most of dinner at home. It's easy to create the atmosphere with candles for a candlelit dinner or a picnic blanket for an indoor picnic. Frugal living calls for creativity. Have game nights with your friends where you don't need to part with a whole lot of money. Do a puzzle or create a fun challenge at home. Have a karaoke night or catch up with your favorite creator on YouTube. If you want to get out of the house, look for free events where you'll be able to enjoy something fun and still save your money. You could take a walk in the park or on the beach. Museums are also usually free and have some exhibitions going on. Fun comes in so many forms, and they don't have to be so expensive. Number 8. Eat leftovers. Don't be so quick to throw away your leftovers. If you are storing them well, then you can make a meal throughout the week. Most frugal people cook in bulk to save time and resources. There is no point in buying fresh groceries and cook a fresh batch of food when you can cook something for the week. Since they cook in bulk, there are plenty of leftovers at any given time. They are also sure to take their leftovers when they go out. You can pack those leftovers to work and school so that you don't have to spend $15 every day on lunch. That $15 snowballs to over $5,400 by the end of the year. If you don't want to eat the same thing, a little spice and seasoning can go a long way in changing up the taste and creating flavor. You can also get creative with leftover recipes and make something great from what you have. Frugal people pride themselves on the ability to create a satisfying meal with few ingredients. This will also help reduce food waste, since over 70% of food waste happens at the consumer level. Number 7. Work out at home. The average American spends $155 on fitness and health every month. It's clear that we all care about how we look, but that doesn't mean that you should be spending a lot of money to achieve your desired appearance. Most people give up on going to the gym 3 months after signing up, yet they forget to cancel their subscriptions. Frugal people know that it doesn't matter how many tools you have access to. Exercise is all about discipline. You can achieve that at home if you're serious about it. If you have some free space and internet, you can keep up with the various workout videos. There are even apps to keep you accountable. If you want to switch up your environment, take a run around your neighborhood or go on a hike. You don't need to be so strict about your exercise either. It could be something fun like dancing or skipping rope, or simply playing with your children or other people at home. All that matters is that you get to move your body and burn some calories. Number 6. Cut transport cost. Cars can be expensive, whether it's maintenance and repairs, insurance, or gas money. Taking on frugal living means looking for ways to cut those costs. If you are heading in the same direction as your neighbors for work or your friends for an event, frugal people always consider carpooling. When the places they need to go to are close by, they either walk there or use their bikes. This is a great way to get some exercise in while saving money and the environment. However, if you live in a well-thought-out city, you probably have access to a great public transport system. Frugal people take advantage of the buses and trains to reduce their carbon print on the planet. If your job has flexible working conditions, you could also consider working from home to save up all that money you would have spent on transport, lunch, and work clothes. After the pandemic, most events have a virtual option. Check out if the event or conference you are planning for has a virtual option and opt for that one instead. Number 5. Use reusable items. Frugal people don't waste money on disposable items. Instead, they invest in reusable items that they can use every day so that they are not incurring extra costs. 2 bottles of water at $2 will cost you $1,460 by the end of the year, which you can save significantly if you just buy a reusable water bottle. You should also keep a reusable shopping bag around at all times so that you have a place to put your purchases, especially if you love shopping. There are other reusable items to keep around the house for everyday use, like cloth towels and durable utensils, glass jars, and food containers for leftovers. You can save with reusable items because you are not always stocking up on the same things. It also makes organizing spaces easier since you don't have so many things to put away. Moreover, using reusable items is good for the environment since it reduces landfill and waste. Save the environment by saving your money and buying reusable items. Number 4. Make their own coffee. Because of our love for speed and busyness, we are a highly caffeinated world. Asking someone how they like their coffee is as intimate as asking them where they see themselves in 5 years. The point is, we like our coffee. This is evidenced by the so many cafes at every turn and how often we make our coffee runs. But that coffee that seems like a negligible $4 or $5 a day could turn into about $120 by the end of the month, and more than $1,200 by the end of the year. Rather than buy their coffee, frugal people make their coffee at home. You can find out how to make your favorite coffee with YouTube tutorials or blog guides. Buy your favorite coffee beans or instant coffee, invest in a reusable coffee mug, and you will be set to enjoy your coffee every morning. You can also spice up your coffee as you try out different recipes. If you are a coffee lover, this will be a treat as you discover other flavors. Number 3. Cook their meals. Cooking is not rocket science. That means with the right recipes, the right tools, and some practice, you could be whipping up your own mouth-watering meals. If you are going frugal, then this is a skill you want to invest in. The average American spends about $3,500 annually on eating out. You can significantly lower this amount by cooking at home. It might take you a few tries to successfully move from mac and cheese to something more elaborate, but it will be worth it, especially when you are serving wonderful meals for family gatherings. There are plenty of advantages to cooking at home, aside from saving money. You can monitor the ingredients you put in food to make sure that you are eating healthy rather than buying from some other place. You can also use the time to bond with your family because you are in no rush when you cook, and you don't have to use hushed voices when you discuss important things. This will also help you tap into your creativity as you try out and come up with different recipes. Number 2. Work on a side hustle. Chances are you are tired by the end of the day, but frugal people know that it's not about how much money you are saving, it's more about how much is coming in. Therefore, they are always on the hunt for ways to bring in more money. They put in a few hours for their side hustle or other jobs. Making and saving money requires hard work. That means, for some seasons, you might have to work multiple jobs. If you are a frugal person, you'll try to get in some extra money by working an extra shift. You could also take on a few deliveries on DoorDash and Uber Eats on your way home. Make sure your side hustle is not physically draining if your main job is taxing. Do something you are passionate about, like creating videos or websites, photography, or writing. Frugal people are constantly in the know of websites that allow them to make some extra money from the comfort of their homes, like Fiverr and YouTube. They also think of passive income and where to invest. This could be stocks and bonds, rental properties, or businesses. They always look for information that relates to that daily, either in books or podcasts. After all, money never sleeps. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Keep track of their spending. There's a lot that is involved with money, bills and payments, gifts and basic needs, and items that you get for the fun of it. To keep on top of their financial standing, frugal people live by a budget and do their best to keep to it. Aside from the budget, they also record how much they spend and when. It doesn't matter if it was simply a $5 coffee purchase or a $100 jacket buy. There are apps to help with this so that they can put their spending on the go. This helps them to know where they are spending the most and what they need to cut out. Knowing where your money is going helps you align your priorities. Do you really need a new video game instead of getting groceries? Frugal people also constantly review their subscriptions to find if there is one that they should cut out. Keeping track of your spending helps you keep up to date with your bills, debt repayment, and your savings. Your money is your responsibility, so you need to put measures in place that help you manage it efficiently.